Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of No Money Spent. It's kind of an interesting start, but if you can't tell, this theme of today's episode is going to be Showdown and themed diamonds. So this is our first team that we go into Showdown with. It's pretty bare bones. I ended up skipping right to the final challenge. Bregman launches one. But I'm going to use this opportunity to just kind of talk about Showdown and my methods of how to complete it. This was a pretty good first attempt, but I myself cannot get 15 runs and 20 outs with, a few golds and silvers. So I decided that I would ultimately sort of perfect a method on how to get these affinities. And as you can see, we're starting in the AL West because Joey Gallo, I want him. I want Joey Gallo. But unfortunately, we did end up losing the first game. So I came back in with Mike Trout and a little bit more experience. Our gold ended up being Yuli, which wasn't great, and Willie Calhoun ended up delivering. But again, we still had 7 outs, so this isn't a game easily within reach. We're going to skip a little bit ahead. Bases loaded, 1 out remaining, and Yuli Gurriel steps up and delivers a single. I definitely should have taken Vogelbach off of second base, but the throw comes in and he misses the tag. And we do end up winning the first Showdown game. It was not an easy one to win, I will say that. But we did end up winning it. Getting halfway to Gallo. And we're going to hop back in another try. I would say I would not keep doing these down 0-15, even though, I did win one of them. I also lost a few of them. I would say I was probably 1 for 4 total. That's why I'm skipping ahead to these other moments. So I would recommend probably doing the first set of moments before you get to the Showdown, because you'll get about 4 runs if you do them all correctly. They shouldn't take forever, and it then becomes 4-15, and you essentially have a filled out lineup. So I would go ahead and do that. I did end up doing the Showdown with Liam Hendricks. This was kind of when I was testing the waters a little bit, but I did end up doing a few of these moments. I ended up, I think, for the second Showdown that I won, I ended up getting 7 runs. But you really only need 4, and I sort of learned that throughout the next couple of affinities I'll do. That's definitely sort of the sweet spot for me, at least. And find out, whatever your limit is, how difficult it is for you to get it done. And I think if you win, 1 of every 2, hypothetically, that's a pretty good ratio. So I would do that. But definitely one of the cheapest way to get affinities is Showdown. And I didn't like Showdown, but I kind of had to lean into the discomfort a little bit of not liking Showdown. And eventually, I'm starting to get a little bit more familiar with it. It's starting to become better for me. So I would recommend sticking with Showdown. This is kind of a catch-up episode. Not really going to get into any games here or anything. We're just going to make big additions. So Danny Santana ends up winning the second one on a walk-off tater, as you can see here. 14 outs remaining. I definitely had too much of a cushion, so I sort of learned that. But we're going to do the Gallo moment as well, and we hit a home run with Joey Gallo. I'm not super surprised at all. That's part of the mission, but we still need 2 more bases. And going into the 7th inning at bat, and we get another one. So end up getting the Gallo moment done. I didn't realize, though, that for whatever reason that last part you couldn't really do. But here's a little pack opening for you guys. I didn't really know what to choose here. I didn't think it mattered. I'm sure they all go for the same stubs, so I wasn't super concerned about that. But it's a nice little diamond that we can use, I guess. Sure. At this point, though, we were very close to getting Gallo done. Not completely done with getting Gallo, but we get a silver here, Jock Peterson. He ends up being pretty useful in general to have. Then we get these guys, Minor and Leclerc. Not really anything that is too exciting, but they're free cards, so whatever. Then we got these 3 affinity packs. I will say, in the few affinity packs that I have open, these have been pretty good. Like, we got a gold card out of that pack. and as you can see, it ends up being Gallegos, I believe is how you pronounce it. He's a nice reliever to have. Got really great break and solid control. And our third team affinity pack doesn't net us anything, but in general, it was pretty good. I would definitely recommend you do affinities. So we are very close to Joey Gallo. We only need one more of these showdowns to do. And then we'll also have a bunch of leftover ones. So that's kind of incentivized me to not only just do one affinity, but to do 2 affinities. And you might be able to tell based on some of these clips who my affinity is going to be, who my second affinity from that division, however, is going to be. Because Gallo is kind of a must-get, in my opinion. He's just so good. And as you can see here, this is going to be our third showdown W. 6 outs left, we take the sac fly. That was pretty easy going. And they didn't even try to get us at home, so we end up winning that one. But I would say the AL West is definitely one of the better affinities divisions in general. I mean, you got Gallo, who's just a beast. And I kind of had to pick him up because he really is one of the best affinities, if not the best affinity. So, anyways, we ended up completing Joey Gallo. That was really nice to see that we were able to get him on the team. And this is our first player that is kind of breaking the game right now. Joey Gallo is really good. All the pros are using him. And as you can see, he's just got insane power and insane arm, just ridiculous. And then we end up sliding Muncy over to second base. But I'm not done. I want to do one more showdown. I want to get one more showdown victory. Todd Frazier hitting the home run. And this is our team right now. It's pretty solid, but it's not great. It's pretty solid. Justin Upton was great for me. So was Matt Olson. I actually picked Matt Olson over Joey Gallo in these showdowns because I just found he consistently was able to hit the ball. And there goes Ohtani for the walk-off. Ohtani was also great to have because, he's a pitcher that can hit. So, another thing I would say, never take pitchers in these rounds. You never are really going to need a pitcher. So don't take pitchers unless you have to. Get as many position players, get as many lefties as possible, with as much power against righties. And we're here reclaiming these vouchers. But ultimately, just get as many lefties with righty pop as possible, because I knew I was facing Verlander this entire time for this division. So I kind of knew what was happening, and you might be able to tell which guy we are getting here. We're getting Shohei Ohtani because he's a pitcher and he's a hitter, and his gold card is ridiculous, and so I can only imagine that his diamond will be just as good. The only problem is we have 6 vouchers. We should be able, with the moment, to get Shohei Ohtani, but for whatever reason, it doesn't let you exchange vouchers unless you have more than one. So, I don't know why that is. I don't know why it won't let you, or it won't count. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if it isn't. But I do know you can't exchange the vouchers if you only have one. That unfortunately means that we had to also do an exchange. So I know this is not entirely the cheapest way, but we did end up getting 3 Don Suttons and then just exchanging a few extra bronzes that we had. Now I know it's not the ideal way to do it. I think, low bronzes might be more efficient in terms of stubs, but I did the math, it was only by about 2,000 stubs, so I just kind of wanted to get Ohtani done. And thankfully, because we have his diamond now, we can sell his gold, because we no longer need it. And now we have some affinity packs to open. Again, these team packs are almost useless. I don't really see what I would ever get out of these. But, you get so many duplicates out of those. But the team affinity packs are actually really good, as you can see. We do get a diamond DJ air horn, which is one of the most annoying things you can ever do in this game, is if you put your DJ air horn sound on everything. So please don't do that. We get Brendan Rodgers. I remember when he was supposed to be great, and he really doesn't get to play because of Trevor Story. But we get a gold again, so that's back-to-back times we've gotten a gold player, and that's really nice. We get Jordan, who's one of the worst gold players. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video on No Money Spent. We got Ohtani, we got Gallo. No other games this video. I'm sorry. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.